my name is Jamie, and I am the one who crashed the party downtown. Was that yesterday? The day before? I can't even remember. Everything happened so fast. But no, you know what I did yesterday? I was out hanging out with the boys in black and yellow all day long, and never once did I feel unsafe or threatened. Unlike today, when we can't have an event without these ants crawling around, taking our pictures, threatening us, and always wanting to be in where they are not invited. I want it to be made known that they came to find us today. And some fake press came in earlier, and I walked them out and asked them some questions, and they crumbled under the pressure of asking them to their face. Since they were there the day that the Antifa threw bombs at my baby, all they did was take pictures. That guy right there. Everybody give him a big hand. Guy with the press. He said all he does is take pictures. He watched the bombs be thrown at my babies and myself, and he did nothing. All while claiming that Black Lives Matter. Him and his cronies. There's more. You guys, we need to stand up. Tiny mentioned that we need to take it to the belly of the beast, and this is true. What am I doing wrong? This is true. We've got to take it to them. Get in their face and ask them the hard questions. And you know what? I will do it, because I'm tired of them telling me that I'm not black enough, because I'm as black as I need to be. And glory to God, He has given me the pathway to speak the things that need to be spoken. I've been at home for a long time with my children, and I raised my children well with morals and values. But He's brought me out because I said, Lord, use me. And here we are today. The truth will be known. All truth is uncovered. They cannot hide forever behind their black hoods. They are no different than the KKK. They just are in a different kind of costume. Racist.
Antifa and the Democrats, look, if you want to come, that's fine, but be peaceful. I will allow you to use my platform. I'm paying for a stage. I'm paying for all the sound equipment. It costs thousands of dollars. I just want you to be peaceful. You can debate with us. You can give a speech. You can walk up to the microphone and call me every last name in the book. You can say Philip Anderson is the dumbest motherfucker on the face of the planet. And as long as you're peaceful, why do you stop recording? Why do you stop taking pictures right there? Let me tell you something. I told them, as long as you're peaceful, you can join us. I said it over and over dozens of times. And then Antifa comes and they attack us. They knocked out my front teeth. They hospitalized 2 Hispanic people and other people of color. They chased Asian people down the street. And then they say, we are fighting racism. Y'all were all white. We had more people of color than you did. That makes no sense. And then they go on there and saying Philip Anderson came to Portland to start violence. Really, there's no proof of that whatsoever. I said I want to be peaceful. 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 They say Philip Anderson is violent. So all these people do is lie. He says that we're the bad guys. Hey, Ted Wheeler, I have a reminder for you. Who was it who tried to burn down the federal courthouse for 200 days straight? Was it the Proud Boys? That was Antifa. Who was it who was trying to kill Ted Wheeler, murder Ted Wheeler on multiple occasions? Was that the Proud Boys? That was Antifa. Who was it who tried to burn down Portland? Was that the Proud Boys? That was Antifa. All right? And this dude continues to lie. He fires his own police officers. I'm like, dude, you're firing the people that are protecting you. But the guys you're lying about, Antifa. Antifa has tried to burn down your house. And the police saved your dumbass. The police that you defunded saved you, and then you just get rid of more of them. 200 gone. The police won't even show up to protect us. They said they wouldn't show up. So this is just insanity. It truly is. That we have lost our freedom. But revolution is here right now because we're not going to take it. We will fight back. I will not be a victim ever again.
This brother has been doing this longer than any of the patriots that is here. Before Trump, Common Sense Conservative was out there the whole time. If you look at his YouTube channel, you scroll and you'll see he's been out there. I have a lot of respect for this brother. I've traveled with him, to California, to Boston, everywhere. Stood in the middle of Antifa side by side with this brother. So I'm gonna give it up for Robert Zerfing from Common Sense Conservative.
Thanks, fella. So this is the first time I've ever spoke because I always swore I would never become an activist. I'm supposed to be press, right? Going out and covering all these things that go on, try to show the truth, try to combat the garbage that you get from KGW, CNN, New York Times, and all that. But here's the thing. Everybody here was called a racist. Everybody here is called a Nazi. Everybody here is called a white supremacist. That's what they label you as. But what is this and what is that? We're here for freedom. We're here because we literally believe in the idea of freedom and liberty for everybody. We believe in the founding documents of this country. We believe in the Constitution, limiting government. We believe that this nation is supposed to be controlled by the people. You can't get any more anti-racist than freedom and liberty. You cannot do it. We believe in equality for everybody. This crowd right here has more diversity than those 200 people down in Portland right now. Right here, there is more diversity, but they don't care. On my stream right now, I had so many people going, oh, look at the token. Look at the token. Just so you know, lefties, that's racist. Yep. That is racist. Calling them token just because they're out here and they go, I believe in freedom. I believe that I should have the ability to live my life the way I want to as long as I don't hurt anybody else. Because that's what it is. You want to look at inclusivity? Right here. This is the most inclusive crowd in the city of Portland in a long time. You want to talk about racism, though? The state of Oregon, the Democrat Party in the state of Oregon just passed a law saying that if you are black, Latino, Pacific Islander, if you are anybody besides white, you don't have to know how to read or write to pass high school anymore because it's too hard. That's what the state of Oregon just passed. Where is Antifa? Where is Black Lives Matter saying, hey, no. We're just as good as everybody else. You have the Democrats constantly, no matter what, always saying that we need to lower standards for minorities. You have conservatives, you have people who believe in liberty and freedom. America's trying to get me right now. But you have conservatives, people on the right sitting there going, no, we're all equal. Everybody has equal opportunity in this country. Everybody has the ability to learn. We don't believe anybody is less than anybody else, and that's just truth. That's all that is truth. You look at the Klan. You look at the Aryan Brotherhood. You look at any of these actual white nationalist groups out there, they are proud of their racism. They show it they tell it to everybody. It's on their websites. They're just all about it. They don't sit there and go, no, we ain't racist. Why would you think we're racist? We believe in freedom and liberty. They don't lie about it. They're proud of their racism. I have never once in my life seen a Proud Boy sit there and go, I hate anybody that's a different color than me, especially since so many of the Proud Boys are different colors than me. Reality, that is the truth, that is the facts. That's why I do my job. That's why Bill and Quincy and all these other guys go out there and they stream and they film, because they need to show people the truth. And that is why we change locations today. Because the truth is that none of these people here had the sole intention of going into Portland and starting a riot and beating up a whole bunch of Antifa. We wanted to have a rally talking about freedom. We wanted to have a rally talking about liberty, talking about truth and reality. And that is what we wanted. And if Antifa comes here, I guess who's right? Who's the bully at that point in time, right? Who's wanting to pick the fight? Who's wanting to start the fight? As a matter of fact, FDR, he thought Mussolini was a fine, good man. That's right. He thought Hitler was all right. That's right. He liked their ideas. Some of FDR's cabinet members went and held Nazi rallies over there on the East Coast in New England. They did it. But that's history. That's what they want to eliminate from our schools. That's the stuff that they don't want to talk about, because the fathers of modern liberalism, Woodrow Wilson, he brought the Klan into the White House to have a movie showing. That's reality. That is history. And yet, we're the fascists because we want freedom for everybody, regardless of the color of their skin, regardless of where they were born, regardless of what they believe. In America, we have this thing called the First Amendment. It is constitutionally protected. I know that the city of Portland has forgotten that. You guys notice all the cops that aren't here? You know, guaranteeing our First Amendment right? you know, they actually put out a statement saying, don't expect the police to actually show up and make sure that, but don't worry, we care about the First Amendment. We care about your constitutional right for free speech. But the police in the city actually said, we're not going to do nothing. We're gonna arrest you later for being violent. Who are you going to arrest? City of Portland, who are you going to arrest? Look at all of these violent people standing here, hanging out, talking about freedom, waving American flags. Where are the violent white supremacist fascists that everybody has been talking about? I haven't seen them. In the 6 years I've been doing my job, doing this stuff, I have never seen them. I can't wait. I can't wait for somebody to show. I just can't.
You know, everything Robert said was so true. I came here in 2014 in this country. First time I left my island. The first thing I wanted to see when I came here was street lights. You know, the green, yellow, red. We don't got that in my island. We see it on movies all the time. I landed in Hawaii, and I went and looked at it. Like, oh, that's beautiful. You know, then I came here, and I found out about rights and stuff like that. In my island, we don't got free speech. Hey, guess what? You say the wrong thing, you get smacked in the face. We don't do the timeout with our kids, we do the knockout. That's how the island works. You know, I love my island in its own way, but I love America because of the freedom and liberty that we have here. Guys, that's at risk right now. It's hanging by a thread. And it's gonna take you and me to come out and take a stand for this country. And I encourage each and every single one of you guys. This is not gonna be the only rally that you're gonna see. You're gonna see this happening over and over until the elected officials in Portland finally get it through their thick skull that, hey, these people ain't playing around. You wanna keep on poking a sleeping bear? Guess what? It's gonna rise up and it's gonna be 1776 up into this bitch. Because we're sick and tired, man. I am sick and tired of seeing people infringing on our rights, and people have felt too comfortable giving too much power to these elected officials. Their job is never to pass law that infringes on your rights. Their job is to fix the damn road I drive on and create more opportunities for the people. Leave my damn city.
The one thing I will say is almost half the guys that are indefinitely detained right now are decorated, well-decorated military veterans. They have served this country. They have sacrificed for this country. The very country right now treating them worse than animals. You see up here, free our political prisoners. I want you guys, free our political prisoners. Our next rally is going to be September the 18th in Washington, D.C., right where it all started, at the Capitol building. Mickey, who is Ashley Babbitt's mother, wanted me to convey to you guys, we need you to show up September the 18th in D.C., especially the Proud Boys that are here. This is a message going out to you. She's going to be there on September the 18th, and she wants to feel safe. So,
you know, the Revolutionary War began in the pulpit. The Civil War began in the pulpit. It was a Christian church that was preaching and teaching for the freedom of the black people in their country, right? And look at what they did. They turned the tables on the power that was. In the Revolutionary War, we went against the power of the day, the British crown. And we overcame because God was with us. Because God called us to this, to be free. God called us to this. And I tell you what, in this day, we have need, no doubt, to come out, to be encouraged. I tell you what, for every one of us that is here, we know 20 people that are not here today because they're intimidated. Because they're intimidated. So I encourage you, every single one of you, to encourage someone else. Encourage people not to be afraid. Encourage people to stand up. You know, we got to start somewhere. And I tell you,
he brought up, something. You know, people pulled back from this rally because they were, they were intimidated because they saw the numbers that AntiFa, was going to bring out. And I told the guys that came from out of town that we met up at a bar in Hazeldale last night. Even if this is all I have to take into Portland, hey, that's all we're gonna work with. You know, it doesn't matter if we have only 5 people out here. If God is with us, who can be against us? If God is with us, who can be against us? Greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world. The evil that Antifa is trying to bring against us won't work. Won't stand in the face of God-fearing warriors. Because we're out here. We stand for the truth. We stand for what is right. And I've noticed something too. Notice how Antifa is out there on the sidewalk and they haven't been beat up yet? Try going out to their rally and see what happened to wave an American flag. I know that's not a surprise. It's already all over the place, and yet they're still peaceful protesters. That's the big difference. We have Antifa press in our crowd right now. Are they getting mobbed like dogs in the street? No. But yet, you know, they're still out here and people still think they're like the heroes. Well, guess what's going to happen to your fascist heroes today if they show up and try to attack somebody? They're going to get an ass whooping. Ever since I started, 2017, with Patriot Prayer and everybody, I've been doxxed. And that's exactly what Antifa Press does is. You know, that's why a lot of people are scared to come out. They have visited my family. They have thrown bricks in the windows. They have, you know, doxed you to where it's so hard to find a job. Where I decided, you know what? The hell with finding a job. They're trying to mandate a vaccine anyways. It's going to be my job. Standing up as a patriot in America and what is right.
The last time I screamed this at the top of my lungs in Terry Shrunk Plaza, after we had a day of being chased, assaulted, they tried to get us arrested, tried to get Tiny put in jail on some false charges. We got chased around downtown Portland for a few hours. I can't remember what day it was. We've had 2 damn minis, so I don't know which one it was. But anyway, so we came back to Terry Shrunk Plaza, and I was standing right next to Tiny like I am now, and Tiny gave a great speech as usual. Proud of this kid. And then I said I wanted to say one thing, and I want you guys to say this with me. 3 words. We're still here. Can you guys say it with me? We're still here.
We're still here! We're still here!
And when I walked up there, massive mob of lefty people. They weren't doing black bloc back then, so it was just regular people. And I see come out of this crowd this old, beat down, haggard looking, half dead, bearded biker veteran come crawling out of the crowd. And I ran up to him and I'm like, bro, are you okay? What's going on? And I picked him up and put him on my shoulder and walked him out. And he said, I tried to save it, but I couldn't. That's all he could say to me. I tried to save it, but I couldn't. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he takes my head and turns me around, and they've got like a 12-year-old kid on one of the light posts, because Portland's have those boxes on their signal posts, whatever. Had a kid on top of one of those, so his feet are like here. He's standing up here. They handed him a flag, and this whole crowd is standing there with lighters trying to set this flag on fire. And this guy by himself went into that crowd to try to save that flag. And literally, I almost started crying. I'm just like, that is like one of those deep moments that you're just like, you don't even know what to do right then. And I thought about it for a minute, and there were a couple cops, Portland cops, standing next to us. And I'm like, are you going to let this happen? I said, they beat the crap out of this guy. They're burning, you know, I mean, come on, at least it's a fire hazard or something. You got to be able to do something about that. And they looked at me and they said, we are not allowed to do anything about that today. And be proud of what you believe in. Be proud of this. Be proud of our country. Be proud of our freedoms. The system here is set against every single one of you here. That's why we have political prisoners. That's why they don't arrest Antifa, who are the actual domestic terrorists, but they arrest us at the end of rallies. Because it's set against us. But here's the thing, and I go back to my 3 words. They've been trying to do this for 5 years, 6 years. Because we rode the wave. I've been doing this for a long time, and I never saw the masses in this kind of organization until after the post-election riots. which I know, oh, where'd he go? Rob was there, I was there. The post-election riots, and then the following violence at the March for Trump really set this movement in motion. And for whatever it's worth, coming from an old man, I'll tell you, I'm proud of each and every one of you that are willing to stand here in public and say, we are still here. They think we took a loss because the rigged election, because of people bowing down to COVID crap, because Antifa's been running aimlessly through the streets, because we can't do anything about the Marble Nut House in Salem. Our rallies kind of fizzled out a little bit. Everybody's been kind of low-key, and then the J6 thing threw everybody for a freaking loop. But I pulled up in here to my first rally in a while, and my first thought was, we're still here. We're still doing this. We're still willing to stand up and say, everybody who hates America. Portland is still an American city. Portland still belongs to the US of A, and you motherfuckers can't have it. And why can't you have it? Because we are still here.
Our forefathers gave up everything they had. They lost their homes, their fortunes, their families. They hid their weapons out in the woods to keep the tyrants from coming to take them. And I'll tell them this, Antifa too, you want my gun, you can have it when it's empty. You have to understand that these animals have been planning this for decades. They're so far ahead of us. We have to be smart. We have to be strategic. They've been infiltrating us at the level of your school boards, your county commissions. We have to get involved. They only govern at the consent of the governed. That's us. And I don't consent anymore. Stand up. Get your friends, your neighbors. They cannot stop us if we stand up.
I'm 27 today, by the way. And I've always stood beside all of my patriots and the Proud Boys Patriot Prayer since the beginning. I traveled all around the country. I met all the crazy Antifa that you could imagine. And sometimes I wonder, why the hell do I put myself in this place? Especially a woman my size. These people want to murder me. They put hits out on me, especially recently online. They wanted $100 to take my bat from me. They want to knock my teeth out. And you know what I say? Come and do it. Come and do it. I want you to face me. If they are so... This is what they want to do. They attack the women and the children. So you can have a whole group of Proud Boys right here. But if you have women and children on this side, who are they going to attack? Because they're cowards. They will attack us because they think that we are weak. But every single woman that I see here today, you're not weak. You're a fighter. You're just as strong as any of these men too. And I wanted to make that very known.